That's what, ooh, that's hot still. Oh, that's hot. God, I'm an idiot. Welcome back, everyone. We're here in the race shop. Time to start a new project, or a project that I took on over the summer and just kind of put it to the side. But it's time to get going on it to see what we can do. But first, I want to talk about today's video sponsor, Wildfire Lifts. XLT lift we have in the race shop, up to 9,000 pounds. So it's actually meant to put trucks up on it. I could put my F-250 on it if I wanted to and get underneath it. Could hold quite a bit of weight. Right now we got the Crown Victoria up there just for storage. They're simple to put together. They come in a big box, and get a couple of your buddies, a couple beers, and you could get this together in one day. It comes on casters. I currently have them up on the shelf, but with the casters, you could roll this thing around and place it wherever you want. There are no lag bolts into the ground. You don't have to drill your concrete. You just place it down on the ground, put the rubber pads underneath it, it self-levels, and you're good to go. If you don't like where it is, I can move it over to this side. I can put it wherever I want. Thank you to Wildfire Lifts for coming on board with us and getting a lift out here. Head on over to their website, wildfirelifts.com, to get more info and all the different options they got. They got the double wides, they got the triple, they got the 5, they got the 10 wide. You can put a dually on, you can put a small car on, smaller lifts, bigger lifts. They got all the options you can get. Head on over to their website to check out more. But now let's get back to the video. Not sure what we're gonna call it yet, but for now, let's get this car down and I will tell you guys what the plan is. Simple as that. Now we can work on it on the ground. I know the lifts are really meant to work on it from underneath, but that's not what we're doing today. For those of you that saw our previous video on it, you'll remember I had some modified tires on this thing and got going pretty good around the track, almost to the point where it was sketchy. It was a little too fast for no roll cage, no safeties. I got up to 90, I think it was. Just pushing the limit of being dangerous. With that, it brings us to our first project with this car. I want to get a roll cage in this. I already have the roll cage kit. I purchased that a little while ago. It's been sitting on the side. Just didn't have time to get to this. So now, I would like to strip out this interior, get the door panels out, and just get this thing ready to put a roll cage in. But first, I've been curious on what it will weigh before we strip it down and then after we get the roll cage in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our race car scales and drop this car on the scales. With the help of this bridge jack here, we were able to get the Crown Vic up in the air, put it down on these scales. I zeroed them, dropped it back down. Time to see what it weighs. Here it is. Can you see that? 3987 is the total. Left side's 50% left, rear's 43, cross weight 49. No weight in the rear, it's all up front. Probably that big beast of an engine it's got in it. So 3987. 3987 is the total. Remember that, comment down below what you think it will weigh after I strip out as much as I can, get the roll cage in there, the seat, and whatever else we could take out of this thing to lose some weight, because that's the goal. Low, light, and left. We're making this into a race car. I didn't expect this to weigh 4,000 pounds. This thing is a tank. let's see what we can get this thing down to. Let's lower it, start stripping it, and get to work on making this a race car. Things first, we gotta rip out the interior. Well, that doesn't weigh as much as I thought it would. Ford certified pre-owned. I think I should save that little door mat. Got all that taken out. Now we're up to the doors. Trying to take these panels off, but also keep, I don't need the power reclining seats anymore, but the windows up and down, those connections still, and then the mirrors. Oh, we got it completely stripped out. As you can see, made a big mess here in the shop. I think I got it all out. I'm gonna do one last sweep in there to make sure I got it all. Got the headboard out, the seats, the doors, anything that I think would be flammable, and put the roll cage in. Left the entire dash in because I want to build this into like a cool race car with a roll cage. We could still turn on the radio type thing. Got our spotlight still on here, gotta fix that. I guess it's time to start dry fitting this roll cage to see if we can make it work. Not a fan of this brown color in here. I wish it was white. I honestly might paint it. Maybe after I get the roll cage in, I'll spray in here to make it white. It just, this brown just doesn't hit the spot. I just remembered, I didn't even strip the trunk out. I gotta get rid of all that. Get the trunk open. Oh shoot, no wonder why it was so heavy. We got a spare tire back here. Oh, we don't need that. And a jack. And a, cool, free parts. Clamp, C-clamp, cool. I left this wiring, I guess harness here. Seems to be, I want to get rid of it. It's a lot of wiring in there, but I think a lot of that's gonna have to stay. I don't know. Like, I don't need the seat wiring anymore, but to chase that back might be a little difficult, and I'm not sure if it needs to stay in the car in order for the car to operate. So we'll leave it for now. But I did bring the chassis kit I got. I will not be bending my own chassis. This is the kit that you get through Allstar Performance, the Crown Vic roll cage kit. So the 4 boxes, I guess, 4 delivery items. We got the main hoop, which a lot of this is already tacked together, so you can see little tacks already, the crossbars, so you don't screw that up. We got the halo bars, and then I believe this is the entire door bar kit, and those are just cross braces and such. This whole kit is meant to go into the car without having to take the roof off. So that's why it's in these pieces like they are. It is also meant to go right down to the subframe. It has to go through this sheet metal, almost tin, to where the subframe is in order to install the kit itself. So I printed off the directions. We'll be working off those. Not that much money. I'll link it down in the description if anyone's looking for this. But yeah, we're gonna get to work just finding where we have to install this frame, and we're gonna see if we could find the subframe just like the directions say. did a little more prep work off camera here just to get the project rolling. Laid out all the material. We have the main hoop. We have the straight connections to go from the main hoop to the front bars that go up to the roof. Those would be like kind of like the firewall type bars. These are the door bars right here. Then that is a seat mount kit. So we got all the material laid out. Meanwhile, while I was laying those out and trying to figure out what we were doing, I already drilled these holes out. So remember, we cut out this area so we could drill a hole into the frame itself. So I did both sides already. I drilled this hole and the one over there. Holes are meant so the tubing will sit right in and you can hear it hit the bottom of the frame rail. So that back hoop is gonna sit right inside of this hole. And then from there, we'll figure out where the holes need to be up front. So there we have it. The main hoop is in the car. It's right in front of this cross brace here. It was getting jammed up on it when I was trying to put it in. Had to just egg these out more than I did before, so it had room to maneuver a little bit. Had to take this roof cross brace off, which is fine because, well, now we're putting a roll cage in. The door bar here, the next hole, because I'm jammed right up to it because all these are already pre-notched, will be right about. So this is where things will get pretty difficult because I'm pretty sure this bar, when it comes up, is gonna hit the dash right in this corner. And I really wanted to leave the dash. Maybe I could just notch out this corner. Got a little further since the last check-in. Got that rear hoop up, got the holes drilled, and the front bars just in there for now. Nothing is tacked. You can see I just have it sitting there. Put this crossbar in just to see how we're looking. I had to notch out some of this, right? But I can't go any further forward without taking the whole dash out. So it's not gonna leave much space for these doors bars. I think I've read, I might have to trim some of this out. I'll see what happens when we get there. So far, I'm able to save the dash. But yeah, this is quite the project, quite the undertaking. Well, back here in the shop again. Had a couple nights to think about a game plan for this Crown Vic. Ran into a little dilemma with the door bars not fitting. But I think I came up with a good idea in my head, and that's what we're gonna work on in this little bit here. Let me show you guys what the problem I'm having is and see what you guys think. The problem I'm having is, you could see here, there is not much space from the hoop to when it goes. So with the door bars that they sent, I would have to notch out a lot of this door area. And I just don't want to do that. They come out like 5 inches. So I would have to notch out like all of this area and take out everything in the door. And I really don't want to do this for this specific car. I want to keep all the electronics working in the door, the speakers and everything. Make this more of like a fun car to go out. Maybe turn it into a burnout car or something down the road. And you can roll up the windows. The weather doesn't get inside. I need to come up with a way to still put door bars in here, but still be able to close the doors and have all these things still in the car. So what I'm gonna do is make a template off of that door bar and then we'll cut it up and see if we can make it fit. Well, a couple days have gone by. Wow, I'm disgusting looking. Dirty, just dirty everywhere, huh? Yeah, oh well. A couple days have gone by. I haven't checked back in on this Crown Vic job with you guys. I just wanted to get more done and give you guys something to look at, right? I just kept grinding away and trying to make this fit. Finally got it in. A few modifications. We got the roll cage in, do some customization. You can see I notched out around the dash there, just like I did here. Got these bars in, the halo loop, which they recommend 2 people. I also recommend that. I struggled trying to get that halo loop in by myself for about 2 hours, and I finally threw in the white flag and said, I need some help. It's tack welded in, nothing's welded yet. I have to refit the Earnhardt bar, I believe it's called, that goes right there, because I actually had to raise this dash bar up because I was keeping the dash. So the bar they sent doesn't quite fit as well. I also am short one of these, so I'll have to make one. These go in the back. Like so, maybe? Yeah, something like that. I'm also gonna have to get some door bars made because the ones they sent are made to be all the way out to here and strip the whole doors, and that's not what I want to do with this car. So I made a template. That's what I was working on the other day. Think it might work. I'm gonna take it up to Todd Owen's shop and he's gonna make me a door bar and I'm gonna dry fit it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get to welding all of this together. I'm not a professional welder. Honestly, I haven't welded anything this substantial in forever. This will be my first chassis installation. I mean, so far I think it's going okay. My welds, they could be a little better. I'm not quite sure how to adjust it, but I got my Millermatic 252 and I'll be tweaking it here and there to try to make it better. I don't think I want to show you my welds because I don't want to get picked apart. Here, how about this? Check out my tack welds. Are those good? Not bad, right? Pretty good tack welds. With that, let's start welding. It's not pretty, that's for sure. But uh-oh. Is there too much wire? Maybe my wire speed's too fast? I know. You guys are gonna pick me apart. But what's going on here? I mean, it's not, for some reason the wire stops when I'm pulling the trigger, so then I lose the spark, and then it catches back on, so that's what, ooh, that's hot still. It's not pretty at all. Well, good news, I think. My welding is getting a little better. I've been adjusting the wire speed and voltage. I think I'm down to 17.5 and 247 wire speed. It's definitely looking a lot better than what that was. So making headway. Whole roll cage welded in. That was pretty difficult for not welding in who knows how long, or doing this substantial amount of welding. Definitely was learning a lot as I was welding, different techniques to try. I watched a couple of videos for recommendations. All of them seem to help out. A couple spots I still gotta finish up, but I'm waiting because I need to, like I showed you guys earlier, I need to make these door bars still. So gotta fit those as well as the seat mount, and I'll go through and double check all the welds. I got better as going on, I think. Let me show you a couple and see what you guys think. So we're in the driver's seat, right? Well, not the best weld there. Probably one of my better welds. But then on the bottom, this one's probably the best looking. So we started off with this top one, got to here, and then finished off with my welds looking like that. Definitely an improvement. I think we're in good shape with this. I mean, oh, that's hot. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's not moving. Welded into the holes in the frame rail. Those don't look nice, because those were difficult to, because the frame rail was angled. Yeah, I'm not showing you those ones. I'm happy with where it's at. Not sure how I'm gonna paint it, because I don't want to get overspray all over the dash and everything, but I think I need to paint it. I don't know if we're gonna get it on the scales in this video. I thought I would move along a lot faster, but I really want to put this video out to show you guys what I'm working on. So if those of you that commented down what the weight is, post roll cage and everything, we're just gonna have to wait till the next video, unfortunately. And then comment down below. I want to know what you guys think about my roll cage install. I am no chassis fabricator. I am no master welder or even semi-pro. Definitely a beginner. But I gotta say, this is kind of difficult. There's a lot of like blind corners that you can't get to. Watched a couple videos about how to get to them and kind of helped, but definitely a big learning experience. I saw a couple chassis that had another bar go from here to the back just for another support. So I might install those as well. I saw those were in the Cletus cars. More support, the better. And part 2, we'll get this thing dialed in, finished up, and put on the scale so we can see what the total weight is. Definitely have a lot of stuff I can still take out of here, but thank you guys for watching today. If you haven't already, head on over to my website, davidroot.com. There's some new merchandise on there, so keep an eye out for what's available. Head on over there now. Thank you guys for watching today. Throttle down and see you at the races.